Last month, my project looked like a jumbled mess of randomness, going from one idea to the next, not really having a clear vision or much of a clue of the best way to go about things. However, this month I have made a lot of progress making this game a lot more coherent and actually having a vision with it. So let's dive into Fractured West devlog number 2. I start off this month directly from where I ended last month, in the same test scene where I was trying to get a good foundation for my game. I decided to kind of create a little test arena area, and that was day 1. I didn't really add much functionality into it, except for being able to teleport there when you click a button, but the idea was you teleport there and you kind of just fight enemies instead of just spawning them in one at a time. Because day 2 came along, and with day 2, I made a lot of changes. First, I changed the focus to be back on the story, and really just focusing on what I wanted this game to be. I wanted this game to be a first-person shooter with some cool abilities, cool things you can do that tells a interesting enough story, hopefully, and that's gonna be the game. Nothing crazy, nothing over the top. That is just the clear, a small, short game that hopefully people can enjoy. And that is what I focused on. I wanted to focus with the story and get started on that. So I focused on the story for the majority of day 2, I want to say. Then I blocked out the first level, which is the camp. Yes, the camp. I don't know if I really went into it that much last time, but one of the first, if not the first level that I created originally was a camp level. So not much change, because I'm like, I kind of want to stick with that. So I made it fit into the story. I had a better reasoning for it, especially since the story changed a lot. And then I blocked out the area for some small tents, and then like one big, larger, like headquarters type of tent. And then I created a note UI in the game and wrote the actual note. So the way that this works, you're able to interact with these notes that are scattered around the camp, and it tells the story of what happened there from that specific character's perspective. Currently, there's just one. I'm not going to show the whole thing, just kind of how the system works. It's confidential, you see. It kind of sets up the story a little bit, and I always find it fun when you interact with things inside of games, and it gives you lore about what happened in the actual area. So that's what I decided to do with that. I then went and created some temporary models for a table and chair, a note and pencil, lock and key, a bathroom bucket, because that tells a whole story in and of itself, and then of course a bed. And then for day 3, I added in a boarded tent, so a new type of tent, boarded off so you're not able to access it, and then note system script, so you're able to actually flip through multiple pages if the character in question wrote multiple pages. So that's really cool. And then I also created a more proper model for the tent, not just throwing some cubes together, but instead going into Blender, spending a couple, maybe 10-15 minutes, and coming up with something that I'm like, okay, that's good temporarily. Next up here we have week 2's progress. So week 1, nothing too crazy, but a nice start to, boost the progress for us to get on a clear track. And then week 2 comes along. I got sick. I was basically sick all week, and the time that I was actually able to focus on the game, I decided to spend that time making a little side mini game for Valentine's Day for my girlfriend, because I was like, that'd be cool. I'm gonna do that because it was within the same week of Valentine's Day. So I did that. That was week 2. I didn't really do anything. I was sick, and then I did that. And then for the grand return for week 3, I went and I created and blocked out level 2, the abandoned boomtown. Boom towns that get set up quickly for some sort of reason. If you think about Old West times, usually the reason boom towns get started is because there's a big gold rush going on, and then you set up town right next to where all the gold's being found, and then the economy booms. So abandoned boomtown. Why is it abandoned? You'll just have to play the game and find out. I would say scroll down and wishlist the game on Steam, but I don't have that yet. I'll try to get to that soon though. By April is when I want to have the Steam page up, so soon. Then for day 2, I cleaned up some code, refactored some, really made it work better, more readable, more expandable, especially for mainly the weapon script. Because with that, on the same day, I went and created the axe melee weapon, which you're able to pick up and then use to break down the boarded up tents. as I referred to earlier. So I was like, that'd be really cool to do. Let's do that. And so I did that. Then I also created a little temporary interactable next level sign, which you interact with it, takes you to the next level. Simple, nothing too crazy there. And then I also updated the abandoned boomtown a little bit more, added some more tents, and built up the supports more for the saloon. So it's like the saloon is really the thing that was built up first because, you know, people like to drink. Then for day 3, I updated level 2 to have more unfinished business, if you will. Some tents that are more unfinished because it was abandoned shortly after being set up. Why? You'll have to play the game. I know, I keep saying that. And then I went and tried to add some like sand dunes around some of the levels, starting with level 1. So it's like, okay, add a little bit more dimension, a little bit more of an outside environment instead of just a flat plane. I still need to do more on that though. I'm kind of behind a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. And then I came up with ideas for level 2, level 3, and level 4. All on day 3, and I came up with the names for them. Okay, so we have level 1, Camp Corruption. We have level 2, the Abandoned Boomtown. We have level 3, the Research Camp. I can speak. And then we have level 4, the Source. What does that mean? You don't get to know until the game comes out. That's actually what I'm going to be keeping under wraps. I can't really show too much of that because I don't want to give away like the whole, you know, what this whole game's gonna, like the whole ending for this game. Yeah, that's basically day 3's progress. A lot of writing stuff down, coming up with ideas. I can't speak today. It's frustrating. You know, writing ideas, coming up with ideas, brainstorming, using this noggin that God gave me. You know, I might as well use what's in here. You know, I got it. I might as well use it for this. Now this is game development. Okay, day 1 of week 4. I updated the first level. Did a little bit of tinkering with it, nothing too crazy. But then day 2, okay, I blocked out level 3, the Research Camp, and level 5, the Source. You may be wondering what happened to level 4. I thought it was level 4. Well, I created a new level 4 called the Train, because no Old West game is complete without a train of some sorts being in it, okay? I don't care what you say, you gotta have a train. Choo-choo. I just said choo-choo. Anyway, I blocked out 3 new levels. I added in this train level, which I was really excited about. I made it so you're basically on top of a train fighting off skeletons, bro. Skeleton cowboys being fought on top of a moving train. Everything around you's moving. You're, you know, high speed. You got the sand all up in your face. It's epic. Skeletons falling from the sky. I haven't quite added that in yet, but that's kind of why they're there. They're falling from the sky. Why are they falling from the sky? Wouldn't you like to know? It's called Fractured West. It's fractured, man. It's all over the place. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. Well, I do make them, in this case, for this game. It's fractured. It's crazy. It's twisted. What am I doing? Then for day 3, I worked on the story more. And then I created and added jump sound effects. To add a little bit more spice to this game, because I feel like it was missing the oomph. The oomph, man, we need the oomph. So I added in a jump sound effect. And I improved the look with post-processing and a new skybox that I created. There's this video that oh my gosh, I actually have it up right here. It's by Thomas Brush. It's called The Trick to Instantly Make Your Game Fun. And you know what's funny about it? It works. As soon as I started implementing these things, it just made the game feel so much better. Just these little things that make the game feel and look a lot better, such as adding a jump sound effect and adding some post-processing and adding a skybox. Nothing crazy, very like, you know, still very temporary stuff, but it made the game look a lot better at this point. And then on day 4, big final day of February, I put the entire story together. All the current levels I had, put it all together. Along with a new level that I came up with that I have not added in, level 4, the town. You may be asking, Alex, what are you doing? Why is everything level 4? I swear, I promise, I want to promise. I can't fully promise, but I think I promise this is the last time there's gonna be a different level 4. I also made sure that the game is split into 2 parts at this point. We have part 1, exposure, with 3 levels. Level 1, Camp Corruption. Level 2, the abandoned boomtown. And level 3, the research camp. And then we have part 2, the end. And in the end, not the Minecraft the end, the part 2 the end, okay? It's Fractured West, not Minecraft. I added in level 4. What came up with the idea for number 4? The town. Then we have number 5, the train, which I told you about. It's really cool, okay? And then level 6, the source, which you don't get to know about because that's a secrets classified. My eyes only. Yeah, me. Not you. Yet. Maybe just play the game when it comes out. I don't know when it's coming out. But the reason I split it up into 2 parts is because I don't want to give away all the story. But I also kind of want to have a demo, which I think would be cool for the first 3 levels. And then maybe like a bonus, like replayable version. I don't fully know. I'm still coming up with ideas and trying to make things work together. It's what, 9th of March is the time, at the time of me recording this. Things may change. I want to come up with the demo though. And I was like, well, if I split into 2 parts, it doesn't give away too much of the story. But at the same time, maybe I'll just change it a little bit for the demo. I don't really know, man. I'm just making this up as I go. I'm not a full-time game developer. I don't do this for a living yet. But maybe you think I'm funny for some reason. If that's the case, or you just kind of like me yapping for a while, you know, feel free to subscribe, leave a like, comment, you know, YouTube stuff. Better yet, you can also join the Discord. I know, it's crazy. There's a few people in there right now. It's pretty awesome. I would love to have you there. I would not complain. I like talking about the progress I've been making announcements, showing off cool stuff. I made a post in there just showing off some cool action figures I got. You can see them over, how do I best do that? Oh, it's working. Hey, look, over here. Oh, over here. Right up here. Maximus is right there. And there's the ghoul on the other side that you can't see. It's okay though. It's okay. I don't know. I post cool I like to post fun stuff in there. And it's nice talking with you guys. And I like building a community. Especially if you like gaming, game development, God. Everybody needs a little Jesus in their life, okay? I'm just saying. Or a lot. Anyway, yeah. This month was great. Made some really good progress. A whole week was kind of wasted, unfortunately. I got up, but then I got down with the sickness. Ooh, Okay, I can't believe I did that. I made some good progress. Okay, that's what we're ending at. I have a way clearer vision for my game. Okay, it's great. I'm happy with what I got done, and yeah, that's really about it for this video. This has gone on for way too long. I'm just rambling at this point. I hope you liked it. Like I said, subscribe, Discord. Also have a Patreon. Starts at $5 a month. You can access all the stuff on that first tier before I had it on like a more expensive tier, like a $10 one. But I'm like, I'll just do it to $5. I just want to make cool stuff and behind the scenes stuff. If you want to support that, I appreciate you. If not, no worries. You watched this far. You're a G. Okay. Leave a comment. I want to talk to you, or join the Discord. I want to talk to you. You guys are cool. Have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.